Tips for Supremacy. So now I've had a couple days to try out the game mode. I have a few tips ready to give you guys so you can find some better success in Supremacy. First of all, my biggest main tip is don't snipe. I know that's going to probably discourage some people or make some people mad, but it's very hard to snipe in Supremacy even on bigger maps. Not necessarily because you aren't hitting your targets and you aren't getting, I guess, true kills, but it's because you're so far away from your crests. When you do get those kills, and odds are when you are getting those kills, it's of players coming off their spawn in really 50-50 situations, or the crest will just be on the other side of the map with no chance of you or your team getting it. It's not necessarily because you're doing a bad job at sniping, it's more just because you can't retrieve your kill, which I think is kind of sad, but I think it's also kind of cool. It's a game type that is very specifically for shotgunning and for extremely fast-paced play. So that's why my next biggest tip is movement. The game mode is so fast, just in terms of people flying all over the place, just things happening, especially because it is 6v6. I would have really liked this game mode to be 4v4. I think it would have been a little bit more tactical, a little bit more calm in a good way, as opposed to just like people flying all over the place dying, just like shotgunners everywhere. You don't even know what's going on half the time. Well, not half the time. Sometimes you just don't know what's going on, especially on some of the smaller maps like Last Exit. A lot of the time you're just getting shot. You don't even know what's happening to you. So in order to succeed in terms of movement, you have to have really fast decision making and really small, precise adjustments in terms of your movement in shotgun battles, and that generally equates to movement in the air. So like little hops, little big hops, medium hops, just movement that really throws off your enemy will make you succeed. And defensive shotgunning. I know that sounds really counterproductive because it is such a fast game type, but if you are shotgunning defensively, by that I don't mean sitting around a corner and waiting for people necessarily. What I mean is baiting people through doors, striking at the perfect moment rather than turning a corner and shotgunning someone too early, baiting them around, hopping over the doorway and shotgunning down them, rushing when they don't expect it, things like that. Offensive shotgunning, which isn't really a part of the meta anymore, is like just running at people. What Blink Shotgun was back in the day basically was offensive shotgun. So I highly suggest you go the more defensive route and just really play it safe, and I don't mean by just like playing super passive, because that's really going to get you nowhere in Supremacy. Just by playing smart and doing your best to manage all the enemies coming at you, because people do like to stick in packs. And along with this, some of these clips aren't from Supremacy. A lot of them, some of them are just like good shotgun kills I've had, just so you can get the idea of what I mean by movement. I'm moving around the map. But a lot of it will be Supremacy. In terms of subclasses, the best subclasses that I have seen and tried out myself so far are all the Slayer subclasses. So this is your Stormcallers, Sunbreakers, Blade Dancers, and along with that, all the one-hit KO subclasses like the Striker Titan, the Voidwalker, the Night Stalker, and somewhat the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger can do about as good of a job as the Night Stalker, so they're pretty even there. I just think Night Stalker is pretty more useful just in terms of shade step and has better movement abilities. But the Gunslinger also does have throwing knives and can create space for itself very effectively. So the one-hit KO or panic supers, whatever you're gonna call them, are very useful. Just because most times the enemy and your own team, if you haven't noticed, they like to stick together. So you will have a lot of opportunity at multi-kills with these subclasses and just pick up crests really efficiently and quickly, just because you'll just decimate a room basically. You'll have like 3 to 6 crests sometimes just in there. You can get in, go out, and just keep fighting. Very useful to have those kinds of subclasses. And the Slayer subclasses are good for what I was saying. They're just good for slaying, going around, cleaning up enemies, especially on the enemy's back lines. Especially with, and you can always just go into groups. They're just a little more versatile than the one-hit KO supers in terms of this game type specifically. But yeah, those are my 3 main tips. If you guys have any questions over more specific things, let me know in the comments below. I was Wiggling Wolf, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Their dignity is yours. Only 1 minute left.